Ladies and gentlemen, let's say this is African, tradition, East African communities settlements. Okay, East African community settlements. The country we name there. This is called Kakuma refugees camp. Okay, if for instance you ask in Google, you will see this is the refugees camp, and these East African communities. Okay, the purpose they are called African communities is the reason is very clear, to indicate and to ease, okay, the problems of that map, particularly map, to guide their map, and then to guide their also to make decision, to make this kind of Mau nomadic, and then the Luo, and Maji Maji migrations. Okay, these people, their migration is rudimental, and is actually back forward. Okay, backward. So they are actually very different, very disturbing. Many years ago, and if you look, this is happening where, this is happening in Kenya. Okay, this is happening in Kenya. So this area here, which we are saying, this is Uganda, this is Kenya, and this is Tanzania, right? So, and this is Burundi, and this is Rwanda, this is DRC, this is Central Africa, and then this is Chad, and then the up here, up there, that is Libya, Egypt, and then Saudi Arabia, and then we have Oman, and then we have Iran there, and then those Egypt, and then we have Eritrea somewhere there, and then this is Somalia, okay, and then we have Mozambique there, okay, Madagascar there, and then we have, of course, Zimbabwe, we have somewhere there, and we have also Eritrea somewhere here. This is Eritrea, and if you look here, this area here occupied this Kakuma here occupied all these East African communities. They are right here, you see. So they are here, they are all here. That's why if you see, this is the Sudan, which is right there, Sudan, and the Sudan. This is the Sudan because it's close here also, and this is close here, and this is close here. Uganda is also here, and Uganda is peaceful, but they're here in this camp here, and DRC is peaceful, they're here, and then Somalia is peaceful, they're here, Ethiopia is peaceful, they're here, but Tanzania is peaceful, they're here, and then everybody around East Africa, that's why they name it East African communities, for that purpose and for that reasons. And once again, let's review here and see. This is Chapa, as a career. The purpose of forming that East African communities, this community here, this is these communities, this map here, the group here, this group here, live around here. These areas came together and settled here in these Turkana regions. Okay, all of them, they move all to that desert area, and then they become one country. All of them, all the African countries, you can find them at least there, and that's where the migration, they become immigration centers, and then hosted by UN, and then hosted by IO, for which they have to departure these people abroad. That's why most of us, we came abroad because of those issues, and then because of the reasons. You see, people from Sudan, people from Ethiopia, people from Somalia, DRC, and then the Kenyans, and many of them, because they are East African communities, and that's how they get the benefit from here, because they have the sponsors, and then link them to these other countries, modern country, to work and then to develop these nations, and develop this nation, and work jointly and develop these nations. But now we have an obstacle, and that obstacle is which guy? This guy here. this guy which we isolate here in the middle, because he's protecting this Sudan benefit in this region here, which we saw you there. They are they are trying to isolate Sudan so that they cannot get this benefit here, and then this guy want to get all this benefit here through them so that they get more richer, and then now they tend embezzling this society, this East African community who live here as a refugees, and then they claim themselves they're refugees, but they are supported by government. UN is a government to them that is providing a free food, providing free housings, providing everything here for free, and then mostly market is reduced by the UN as well. You see the differences here. We are communicating unless expansions is necessity again, once again. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, if you look, this is the shape of Sudan which they are supposed to guide there as an East African communities, and then the shape of Ethiopia they should provide is the same of the shape of the same Ethiopia, and then the shape of the same DRC, Tanzania, Uganda, and then you name it, all East African communities and the rest of African countries or the rest of the world map. They should guide it as is, and as to run the real copyright there and then reserve them as is. That is their main objective. To put these people there and then put them back to educations and then educate them and then to teach them what is necessary there so that they will be aware with those educations. At least there, if this is really the sponsor you want, and then these are the areas I provided, because don't just fear. You can go via UN, whatever you a leader providing example, you are not too scam, and then you can go via UN, and then you can field. You can run to your inspections with these East African communities and then check yourself, compare yourself if you can fit there and then and live socially other than being more rebels, because these communities claimed they were chased by the rebel, and then they claimed their livestock uh, got adopted and then got forced out of their hands, and then their property looted, and then some of their family members killed innocently, and then some of the bad things happening to them in Hali, and then they want more protections. That's why as an East African communities they got affected, and then that is why they nominate this is the best area for you to be, and then that's where they put them. So if we see now an obstacle like that, and then a guy cut the map, and then disorganizing these tactics which has been provided by our sponsors such as IOM or UN, that these children can go and work for me, at least a certain developments, and then let them come with their developments. And then if you become now an isolator to these developments of these co-host, and then you become embezzlers, you embezzling, of course, you embezzling. Your benefit is going more, and then our benefit is going down. What do you expect we should do? We should work hard and then get this fake map, fire, and then to hire the original map. If that is base East African portfolios of the business.